Hopefully this thing sounds okay. Make sure the audio's alright. It's kind of hard to gauge on my own. So, gonna be playing through the Blood Elf Heritage Armor questline added in 8.1 Tides of Vengeance. And see how fun that is. Just to revisit some of the story from Warcraft 3 and what they've added into it. And make my paladin look more like a Blood Elf paladin.
We will have justice.
So they sent me here to send me to Silvermoon. Hooray. I love how many quests send you to the embassy and then send you fuck all elsewhere in the world. Think they could have toned that down a little bit. But what do I know? Also, if my load times are atrocious, it's because I had to move World of Warcraft off my solid state drive because the game itself is too big to fit on it. It's only a 120 gigabyte solid state drive, so there's really not much I can do about it. If anything, I need to order a new solid state drive just to have a second one in there and just dedicate it to World of Warcraft. Or if I get a big enough one, just dedicate it to Blizzard games, because I tend to play those a lot. I know the focus of the stream is going to be a lot of Warhammer stuff, but it is what it is. I'm not made of money, sadly. But fuck, does this load screen take a while? And we have to jump through one more load screen. Just to get where we're going. Oops, I almost went back to Ogrimmar.
Anaria Shola.
I remember when you had a purpose. When you actually taught me things.
Remember the sun well.
Yeah, you're just a useless gatekeeper for the proving grounds. Excuse me. It's still a little early in the morning, so I'm still a little tired. Oh hey, Lorthamar's new model. I think it's odd as a design choice they did not give him a belt. Also, you two are still just generic model plebs.
The rebuilding continues.
Not as cool as the Adderin, obviously.
I will accompany you on your journey through the Ghostlands. Meet me in Tranquillion.
Ah, but Tranquillion is so far away.
What is your wish?
Random ass Shalderai.
glory to the Sindori. Who you be? The dark times will pass.
The eternal sun guides us.
I'm not really sure what's up with those NPCs. I've just never noticed them before. I keep hoping that someday there'll be a visual update to Silver Moon, but looking at the 3D model files for it in Blender, I just don't see it happening with how much work it would entail and how much of it would just be pointless, like back alleys. I suppose they could shove some mailboxes or another inn or some random just empty houses in there too. Give RPers something to be happy about.
What do you seek? Remember the sun well.
What business have you?
Death to all who...
What if I don't want to remember the sun well? I feel like it's caused us a lot of problems. A lot of problems. You know, with the undead invasion and everything. But I suppose at the end of the day, the undead invading was just a minor inconvenience? Question mark? Man, I had no idea how much of the stream at the beginning would just be traveling. Alright.
We have made many sacrifices. What I do, I do for Quel'Thalas.
Oh wait, I should use my what else paladin now. Just make it feel like it's more relevant to the situation. In all honesty, the southern wall is not very big. It's mainly just a gatehouse between some mountains. I'm pretty sure the Scourge would have gotten through it if they tried hard enough. Though there probably would have been a lot more time to rally a defense if it wasn't for that jerk face over in there. Archon or whatever his name is. I'm sure this also had like suitable magical enchantments all over it. Who knows? Undead might have caught fire if they walked on here. Oh, there it is. In honor of those whose blood was shed to secure the survival of our people, though the eternal sun may set on our darkest day, it rises again with the coming of the dawn. Never noticed that before. That
This
must be
is
new.
where the end began. My company was patrolling the forests near Zulaman when we received word of the Scourge invasion. We were wholly unprepared for what we encountered. Quoth, alas, had enjoyed years of idyllic peace, and suddenly, we were facing death itself. I lost my eye in that battle, and would have lost my life were it not for Haldoran. Words cannot describe the devastation our people suffered that day. That any of us survived to tell the tale is a miracle. One that we cannot afford to waste.
Arthas cut through the land itself to get to the Sunwell. The Dead Scar is a constant reminder of this desecration. Where it starts is where our first line of defense attempted to hold the Scourge at bay. It is there where the first blood was spilled. It was a slaughter. Take the lantern to the base of the Dead Scar and use it to light to reveal the memory of what happened there.
The light of the Sunwell be with you.
By the way, if you haven't noticed, I can't read out loud worth shite. I'd apologize, but I don't think that's actually something that's fixable by me. My brain are not work good. Are not work good at all. I think I'm supposed to stand here. Oh, I didn't run properly. That is a lot of play. Would now be an inappropriate time to start jumping back down. Start flinging meat back at the other side. Like, hey, bro, we don't want these folks. Really? Really? Stupid zombie.
The beauty of Eversong endures.
Alright, we went to the Highborn. The next memory, forgive me for many of our people, it was when we realized death was coming for us. A memorial to a particular defender lies to the west, the place of her home. The light there was no doubt attracted some of the area's lingering souls, clear them out, and then relight the flame.
Never again shall a king reign in Silvermoon.
Oh, there's not going to be a king anymore. Are you really a regent? I feel like you should have a different title. President? Führer. I mean, you're missing an eye. You could be like King Bradley. But, you know, less of a ponce. I just assumed these would be the normal levels of mobs. Rangers. Been here since Warcraft 3.
I need a target.
I can imagine that you're all incredible. Alright. By the light of the sun, falling children of the blood, they are breaking through, children of the blood, by the light of the sun. A little bit melodramatic.
Sylvanas Windrunner was our kingdom's protector. Had she and her rangers not met Arthas with such fierce resistance, our people might no longer exist. She paid the ultimate price, so that enough of us might escape to rebuild our fallen kingdom. When Arthas raised her as a banshee and turned her against Quel'Thalas, it broke all our hearts. I've had my share of disagreements with Sylvanas, but I will never forget her sacrifice. She was the Ranger General of Silvermoon. Nothing will ever change that.
We find strength in the Horde.
Alright. Let's go figure out how our war chief died the first time. Or the 12th time. Because, you know, I don't think Blizzard's redone that moment in cinematic enough. And soon we get to see it again in Warcraft 3 Reforged, or whatever it's called. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Warcraft 3 Reforged. That thing. You'd think I'd remember that, given how excited I am for it, but like I said, it's still early in the morning. It's only 9:47. I shouldn't be awake yet. But I also have nothing else to do this morning, so yeah. I still feel like after how many years they would have been able to fix some of this, update the story to these zones a little bit. You figure the plague lands are starting to turn back to normal. It wouldn't be that much of a stretch that, you know, grass was starting to grow here again. Something tells me I'm close. You know, I don't remember so many frozen and dead Blood Elf corpses last time I was on this trail. I wonder what their deal is. Still more corpses. Dear Lord, the population of the city must have been huge. Granted, they also had a lot more living space before it was all burned down. But still, there's a lot of dead rangers here. Or the same party of 40 just kept respawning over and over. They might have just corpse hopped their way back to Silvermoon.
You there, Fast Rider, man of ballista. Provide cover for the retreating civilians.
Ow. Like this, even during this, they still won't take the time to update the Blood Elf Glade Thrower model to actually be animatable. They're all still just odd static meshes. I know there's a couple over there. It's either that or the newer ballistas that they use. Developed after the Scourge invasion.
Take her! Run!
I didn't realize this would actually fit into the game sometimes. The hell is this? Oh wait.
Baladash,
Trying to have a
Malanore.
moment here.
Aldiel Shalar.
Wait.
I proudly serve as Regent Lord.
Alright, so...
Silvermoon will know
okay, off to
prosperity.
meet Lady
Yeah.
Leadrin. There they are. It's okay, little ballistas. You look so cool. Someday you'll be animated. Or glaive throwers, or whatever you are. I think this one's just not armed with anything. Do, 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 do.
Anu
Now,
Belore Delana.
Everything we've seen so far is basically covered in Warcraft 3.
Death to all who oppose us.
So it'll be interesting to see what the next part brings as far as new story added onto the old. More parts of the city that won't be fixed. Which sucks, because that part of the city looks really cool. And for the amount of quests there, sacrificing it to give our peers a place to
Witness
play
the
and
end.
function wouldn't be that
The
terrible of an
removal
idea.
of the final barrier.
I mean, they had good motivation building it on an island. I don't think they could have done anything about some asshole freezing a bridge across the water. But again, I think as we've seen, Arthas is just a massive douche. Granted, his soul was also stolen by Frostmourne, and his was the first stolen, so technically he wasn't in control anymore. But according to the book, his soul was also like fragmented and fighting with Ner'zhul's soul, and seemed to get a little bit confusing in there for a little bit. Random Niles. Night Elf ship and a Blood Elf port.
Anaria Shala. Shorel Aran.
Your updated model.
I am the Blade of the Light.
A people shattered. While the monument here was intended to honor the fallen members of the Shattered Sun, it quickly took on a second meaning for the Sindorai. It is not far from here that we lost one of our greatest heroes, an Astarian Sunstrider, the last king of Quel'Thalas. He led our final efforts against the Scourge and personally crossed blades with Arthas himself. As we remember the sacrifices it took to reclaim this land, we also remember the sacrifices made in its defense. Let the flame.
Remain vigilant.
Flame
For
is lit.
thousands of years, the Sunwell meant everything to our people. Arthas dealt us a grievous wound when he defiled it. My faith was shattered when Silvermoon fell. I lost sight of who I was. But by the grace of the light, I found redemption before it was too late. Let this monument serve as a reminder of what it means to be Sindorai. That our every deed may honor the sacrifices of those who came before us. No matter how much pain we endure, we will not lose hope. In the face of darkness, look always to the eternal sun.
Ironically, I can't even see
Fight
the sun
well.
from here. Will you stop walking away from me?
Pleasantries can wait.
Alright, remember the Sunwell. Rewriting the battle with those words for a reason. We lost so much that day. I lost so much that day. Shine the lantern on the southern side of the islands, where the Dead Scar meets the sea. There you'll see how the fall of the Sunwell began, and with it, the last act of the High Elves.
Aldiel Shala.
Where's all the way down there now? I know it's not a long ride, but it's a minor inconvenience. Oh no, wretched. Bunch of mana addicted crackheads. Should have stuck with nether dust. Or blood thistle. But who am I to judge? I suppose after thousands of years of submitting yourself to some kind of magical power, you wouldn't even necessarily be aware of the addiction until it was gone. It'd be like going your whole life with high-speed internet and then suddenly having to switch to satellite because your family moved to the country.
That is
Horrendously
far
sad
enough,
story.
Prince Arthas. Your march ends here. Andarala Belore! You will burn for your actions!
I'm out of
While that's going on, apparently I have to kill
It's too
completely
cold.
unrelated guy. Sorry, Bloodgut. Face is bad. You should feel bad. Huh. Didn't actually expect him to hit that hard. That's kind of embarrassing, and now I have to run all the way the fuck back. Now I'm just disappointed in myself. Do 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 do. God, I hope this is worth it. I mean, the armor sets look cool, but discussing with my guild the tragedy of Arthas. Not as good as a story as the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. What a tragedy, nonetheless. This guy used attacks on me.
You may have been formidable once, but I sense your soul fading. Your life force flickering weakly. A flame I will gladly extinguish.
At least I have a soul, you despicable monster!
Not for long.
No, my king. I hardly knew you. I have to pay respects. Oh no, I have to walk all the way back around the island. It's a good thing I like these zones. Very tranquil autumn colors, very warm, very inviting. Very mellow. Like the rest of my life. Should build a summer home here. No, go away, Blood Knights. We're on the same side. Kelthos is dead. You don't have to fight for the jerk anymore. Yeah. Yeah.
I am the blade of the light.
Here's the thing. What is the symbol next to my name? Final task remains. The flame of the lantern dims. Your final task is to rekindle it. In order to do so, you must walk one remaining path. While we are fortunate to hold the Sunwell once again, we must always remember that it was yet another part of us Arthas took away. That our last prince forced us to find, and that our late prince was forced to find us a new way of life. Enter the Sunwell Plateau and witness its fall.
Fight well.
Man, I'm glad I have the reading ability of a potato. I am surprised I've gotten this far in life some days. This fight should have ended with you dead. Yeah. Until our last breath, hold the line against the scourge. People turned against us. Arthas wife. That was my cousin, Phil.
To target.
This is what you get for being half elven.
Citizens of Quel'Thalas, I have given you ample opportunities to surrender, but you have stubbornly refused. Know that today, your entire race and your ancient heritage will end.
It's too far away.
Death itself has come to claim the high home of the elves.
Arthas slaughtered our remaining forces and used the Sunwell to
I
resurrect
haven't finished paying my
Kel'Thuzad as a
house off
powerful
yet.
lich, corrupting
Alright,
its
just know I
waters
have a
beyond
mortgage.
salvation. Our people would have soon suffered the same fate had we remained linked to its magic. With a heavy heart, Prince Kael'thas decided to destroy the Sunwell.
Do a good job of destroying it.
I need to target something.
The time has come. May the light of the sun guide us to the very end.
Sound of cannons. The Amani have landed on the shore. We must hurry.
Cut down enough undead for us to pass, and leave the rest for the trolls. That will buy us the time we need.
What has he done?
The soul of our people, now a desecrated font of decay, is worth each sunrise.
Liadrin, guard the entrance.
Guys,
None pass.
help me a little bit. Kale, do something.
We shall hold the line until the very end. Salama Ashalanore.
Hero, with me. Protect the Magisters at all costs. We must reach the Sunwell.
Why are you running that way? Well, this I hope he at least waited a few days for you guys to nap. Slupper on my back is killing me. Or it's just, you know, the weight of having to carry this group of NPCs. That thing. But I feel like there's a lot more bones down there. Answer those just in case. Hey, we don't know who this is, but this body over here. Discovering the greatness that is the wonderful, wonderful meat wagon. Oh good, I don't have to fight every one of these dead fucks to get down here. That would annoy the absolute shit out of me. But I keep getting feared. It's such a clusterfuck down there. Why does that guy get a name? Does he show up later? Well, if anything, at least now I know the stream will probably break 1 hour. I didn't figure it'd be a long one, just a quick thing in the morning to show off this, because I was excited. And I didn't realize until about an hour ago that I had my gold velocity. You know what? That's probably going to turn into that Bone Storm guy. Your guys' names sound familiar. But you all have names, so I'm assuming you show up elsewhere.
The ritual appears to be working. Magister, maintain your focus.
Well, now it's lonely here. Can I swim in this?
And so ends the most tragic saga in our people's history. Follow me, champion. It is time.
Oh, it's so warm. So yellow. It's like if you filled a swimming pool with sunny delight. You could live in this. Alright, back to civilization, I guess.
Always remember that our people are not defined by tragedy, but by our ability to overcome it. From the ashes of the past, we carry the flame of hope into the future.
The eternal sun still guides us.
It is my honor to present you with the regalia of our greatest heroes. Belono Silaru, Belore Dorai.
That was a cool little icon that
Rise,
popped up.
champion of the Sindorai.
Yeah, that was a weird glitch for a second. Well, that's cool. I'm gonna go use that now. Bye, guys. Have fun standing here AFK. Go ahead and equip this and then end the stream so I can go eat breakfast. Because, you know, Silvermoon still doesn't have a transmogrifier.
I am looking forward to our association.
Let's call it Spellbreaker. You know, it's got more shields. And then two-handed swords. That doesn't fit terribly. This one seems a little too brutish and rough to keep using with this set. This one will work. Sindorai Warblade makes sense. Yeah, it feels so fancy. Okay, on that note, I'm going to end the stream for now, but I'll probably be back later with some more Hammer or more WoW, just depending on how I feel. But right now I need to go finish waking up, drink some coffee, get some breakfast, all that. So I will see y'all later.